They love to portray Black women as victims of this Black maternal mortality issue that they created. But we use our consumer power to say we are going to let each other know where we are receiving good care and where we are not. The goal for Earth really is to decode bias. Was it lack of eye contact? Was it a diagnostic test that was delayed? Was it pain levels being dismissed? Hospitals need to know who those bad apples are. Black women and birthing people need to know who those bad apples are so we can take our business elsewhere. I had a C-section that I still can't explain. I begged to breastfeed my baby, and that was my intention. I gave my baby formula against my wishes. I remember literally like crying to have my baby with me in the room, and these were the things that I was told were standard at this hospital. Most of the people that I asked, in retrospect, were my white girlfriends from college or colleagues who were most of the moms that I knew at the time, and they raved about this particular hospital. I left that same hospital feeling disrespected and traumatized and really dismissed, to kind of start my motherhood journey with that kind of disappointment and sadness, was something that was very hard for me to get over. So many of the maternal deaths have had a story of pain levels being dismissed, diagnostic tests not being done in a timely fashion, people being sent home even though they express pain. All of these things have been some of the telltale signs that have led to maternal deaths, but it's still happening. Black and Latino women consistently over-report that they feel that bias and racism and cultural nuances have impacted the care that they receive. And so we know this is happening. We see this in the Black maternal mortality rates. I am sick and tired of trying to deal with this problem from the grave, and that only when we die does it matter, when there's a whole spectrum of trauma and morbidity that leaves Black women feeling traumatized and harmed by this medical system, and we want to capture that too. Literally, there were mothers and grandmothers who wanted to tell us what happened to them. There's a lot of generational trauma in our communities around what has happened to Black women, particularly around birth and breastfeeding. Every place I went, I heard the same story, right? A mother had died, a mother had nearly died. I have attended too many funerals for mothers that I never got to meet. We're hoping that by actually lifting up this lived experience and not just counting deaths, that we can provide another layer to the work that hospitals need to do. The birth experience is not just about that birthing person. We need Black and brown men to be respected in the process as well, and partners. If we're going to fix it, we have to fix it for everybody.